Capture the objectives. Taking Charlie. Enemy taking Charlie. Capturing A.
Changing mag! Cover me!
We're
Enemy
capturing
cover!
Captured Alpha. Hunter killer drone.
Target's in sight!
Indeed, the prince went out on his journey, but did not enjoy it like all previous times because a dog was not with, as he always did, and he was worried about the little one's daughter. So the prince decided to come back early and finish his trip. And when the prince approached to the house, he was surprised by the dog running from afar. He was all covered in blood. The prince was terrified and started shouting at the dog. What happened? What happened? The prince ran to the palace in great horror and rushed to a child's room, and he found the bed empty and all the covers were stained with blood. The prince horrified and thought that the dog had killed a child, so he took out a sword and killed the dog immediately, and did not respond to the howl of the dog, who survived. He did not feel any mercy towards him, on the contrary. On the contrary, he felt a deep regret because he trusted the dog and left the child without human care and began to cry. And suddenly, during a crying, he heard the voice of the little child, so he got up from a position and rushed to look for him in the palace. His grandfather in the next room plays on the floor, and next to a huge wolf lying on the floor, killed and covered in blood. Only then did the prince understood the story and learned that a child was still alive. The prince continued his crying, regretting what he did, and he knew that the dog did not kill his child, but killed the wolf he tried to eat. The prince rushed towards the dog to save him, but the dog had died, and since then, and the prince never smiled and lived sad, regretting the darkness of his most loyal friend. The story of the loyal friend. It is said that in ancient times, a prince lived in one of the distant countries in a large and luxurious palace with his wife and young child, and the prince had a very loyal dog, and people were marveled by the relationship of this dog's distinctive relationship with the prince and his family, as this dog had a special and great place in the heart of this family, especially in the heart of the prince, who was treated as a family and considered him the closest, loyal friend to me, taking with him on all hunting trips that he used to go to it at close intervals. One day, the prince's wife died suddenly, and the prince was very saddened by her, and after a while of her death, he decided to go out on a long hunting trip to forget his sadness and energy and start a new beginning. But he stood confused in a matter that does not do what he do with a small child and will be left with those who trust to take care of a daughter. And the surprise was that the prince did not choose any of his relatives, friends, or entourage, but he chose the loyal dog and that little child in his guard and a reassuring heart.
Losing C. Sub team. Enemy UAV
Enemy
spotted.
in sight! Target's
Enemy
in
UAV
sight!
spotted. Heads up. Enemy UAV spotted.
Enemy contact! Target's in sight! I'm hurt!
UAV
Enemy in
online.
sight!
Enemy has
Enemy down!
We're capturing B. Enemy UAV spotted.
Contact with
UAV
enemy!
recon standing by. Repeat. Recon standing by. Losing Charlie.
Target's in sight!
Heads up team. Enemy UAV spotted.
Enemy in sight!
Enemy UAV spotted. Capture A.
Target's in sight!
Hunter killer drone deployed.
We're eliminated!
Losing C.
Contact with enemy! enemy!
Enemy UAV spotted. We captured Bravo.
Enemy in sight!
We're failing to